Hi, welcome to another screen printing tutorial brought to you by learnhowtoscreenprint.com. In today's video, we're going to show you how to burn a screen. First off, one of the tools that we are going to be using is an exposure calculator. This will help you dial in your correct exposure time. There's different emulsions out there, different thread counts of screen mesh, different colors of mesh. So sometimes the exposure times can be different for particular exposure units and for different kinds of emulsion. We're going to be using the Chroma Blue photopolymer emulsion, and we'll be using a LED exposure unit. So let's get started. All right, so the exposure calculator has three areas. You have area A, area B, and area C. For determining your correct exposure time, we are going to most concentrate on area A. The exposure calculator, it does come with a set of instructions printed on the inside of it, but we're going to go ahead and just kind of read those off and take them step by step in the video. That way you can actually watch it. All right, so the first step is place the calculator on the screen, and when you place it on the screen, you want to make sure that the correct side is touching the screen. This piece of film right here, it never touches the screen, so that will help you, know whether or not if you place it like that. So let's go ahead and set it on the screen there, okay? And we're going to take some tape. And this is double-sided tape, so we'll put it on the inside of this calculator there. One more small piece down here. Okay, so now we have that taped to the screen, and we are ready to go on to step 2. All right, step 2 is expose the screen for twice the amount of time that you think is the correct exposure. So this new LED exposure unit, it is supposed to expose the screens really, really fast. So on our old exposure unit, UV light, the Chroma Blue, it was about a minute and a half. So I'm going to go ahead and estimate that this new LED unit, I'm going to say 30 seconds. We're going to guess 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and place this piece of string there over the screen, and we're going to lower the blanket. All right, let's clamp those down. All right, so we have the vacuum time here, and I'm going to adjust that to a little bit over 30 seconds. And then we have the set exposure time. This last letter right here, it is set as an S right now. That's for seconds. And this is the way that you change the amount of exposure time. You can increase it to 31 seconds, 32. You can go up to minutes. This first digit over here, that is for minutes. So we're going to drop that back down to 0. And we're going to drop that back down to 0. Okay, so now we've got it set to 30 seconds. And we're going to go ahead and hit the button for the exposure cycle. As you can hear, the vacuum begins sucking the blanket down to make sure there's good contact there between the film positive and the screen. And once that's nice and tight and drawn down on there, then the screen should start exposing. We'll see a light turn on here, and that will let you know that the LED lights are on and the screen is exposing. So it should be getting pretty close. And there we go. And as you can see over here, the exposure time, it is counting backwards. So when we've got the full 30 seconds exposed, it will shut off automatically. Go ahead and maybe zoom in up here and kind of take a look at that blanket. Look how nice and drawn down that is. That's making sure there's good contact between the film positive and the screen. All right, and as you see, the light turned back off, so our screen has been exposed. Let's go ahead and take this over to the washout unit and see if we have the correct exposure time. All right, so let's go ahead and throw the screen in the washout booth. As you can see, we do have a backlit washout booth. That way we can see the design develop in the screen. And let's go ahead and put a little bit of water on the screen. All right, so I hit it with a little bit of water, and we're gonna wait 30 seconds and let that soften up. I've got it upside down, so let me turn it over here. And like I said, we really wanna pay attention to area A there, and that will help you, figure out if it is underexposed or overexposed. It should be soft enough now, so we'll go ahead and finish spraying that out. All right, let's go ahead and dry the screen off and check, see how it developed. You always want to dry the screen off. While the screen is still wet, the emulsion is kind of it is swollen, so it can be a little misleading to tell whether or not you have the correct exposure time. So I'm going to go ahead and dry that off. Grab a piece of newspaper. All right, let's grab the other side. All right, let's let that finish drying for a second. All right, so after the screen is dry, then we can go ahead and take a look and see how it developed. So area A, that's where we're really going to focus and pay attention to. We're going to look at each pair of lines and see which ones are the clearest, sharpest image. Okay, so those ones are not bad. Work our way down. That's not bad. There's still a little bit of emulsion there. We'll go down to the third. Well, that's getting to better. We'll go down one more. That's not bad. There's some pretty fine detail, pretty fine lines in there. And the very bottom one, that is the clearest, sharpest image. Those are the best ones. So we are going to record this bottom number here. Let's flip this over. Okay, so that bottom number, 0.25, we are going to take that number and we're going to do the best target number times the test exposure time. So 0.25 times 30 seconds will equal the correct exposure time. All right, so just kind of to wrap it up and summarize, the Chromaline exposure calculator. Hey, it's a great tool to help you dial in, and get the correct exposure times. There's two other areas. There's area B for the print quality check and area C for the halftone reproduction targets. Different emulsions and different exposure units will have different exposure times. So a great way to figure out those correct exposure times is to use the Chromaline exposure calculator. So thanks for watching this screen printing tutorial brought to you by LearnHowToScreenPrint.com. For more screen printing tips and tutorials, visit LearnHowToScreenPrint.com. Till next time, happy printing.